How are you? Welcome to my kitchen. I've taken off my usual jade fish from China and put on a whole bud of garlic. No, you guessed it right. It's a whole bud of garlic because today we're going to talk about garlic, and the function of a bud around your neck is to keep away the werewolves, and it works. There's not a one anywhere around. Garlic is an ancient medicine. It's supposedly an ancient aphrodisiac, but most of all, it's an ancient food. It goes back to Egypt. I love this stuff, and today we're going to do nothing but cook with garlic. When you buy garlic, please try and choose big, fat heads, and try and buy them in the bulk. Don't go to the supermarket and buy them in those little bitty plastic boxes. You know, the stuff's been in cold storage too long. Should be good, firm heads. And store them in a basket just like this, or in an open bowl on your counter. You know, the little things, lots of air, you see. They're now selling little crocks where you can put garlic in and hide it. You can do all sorts of things, but it's best to keep it outside. You don't have to do anything else with it. This is the old French garlic basket. I have a larger size if you're interested. This one is a kick. Can you believe this? This is really garlic, and that is one head of garlic. This is elephant garlic. My mother has a neighbor on Whidbey Island in Washington, out in the middle of the Sound, and he grows this for us. And look, that is one clove of garlic. Now this is the kind of garlic, look at the size of this thing, you see? This is the kind of garlic that was common in ancient Egypt at the time of the building of the pyramids. And they tell us that the Egyptian slaves were issued garlic every day, and they ate this stuff like an apple. It's not quite as strong as our garlic. It's beautiful stuff, you see. And when the Pharaoh decided, he had 100,000 people working on this pyramid, and when they decided that they had to cut down on their expenses, they cut down on the garlic ration for the slaves. You know what they did? They struck. It's the first labor strike we have on record, and it was over garlic, my beloved garlic. There. Here's one clump. You understand that this would be enough for a nice dish. Well, in any case, let me show you how to clean a chunk of garlic properly. This is a big one, you see, so you don't have to worry about this. And most of you aren't going to be able to find this, and when you do, it's going to cost you a fortune. It's a rather rare commodity, but I just love it. Isn't this neat? A big batch of elephant garlic. Let me put up a clump here, along with our regular garlic. When I buy garlic, I buy it by the long string, and I hang this in my kitchen. This long string will last me for a year, you see, a season. And if you just leave it in your kitchen that way, why, it'll hold up fine. You don't have to worry about it at all. Now, normally, when you clean a clove of garlic, please don't go to any pain at all. Simply take the whole bud, lean it down on the counter, and I want you to lean into this. Use the posterior weight. Lean into it and just crush. The whole thing will fall apart, you see. And in that way, you can pick out a clove or two. You know, when they're jumping around, there's good garlic. And we'll whonk it, either with a glass or I'm going to use my knife, you see. Be careful, don't have the blade up so you cut yourself. Have the blade pointing down to the table, you see, not up. All right, and we'll just give it a whonk, you see, like so, and pick it up with the tip on your hand, and the garlic clove will fall right out. There you are. That's all there is to it. And you can peel garlic like mad. As a matter of fact, let me show you what I did before you came. I peeled a little garlic for you. And today we're going to use this for great joy, because garlic really is a lovely food. I met one fellow, I think, once in my life who was not a garlic fan. And, you know, he was weird. He walked funny. He thought strange things. He doesn't like wine. He doesn't like garlic. I've never seen him again. No way to base a friendship. All right, first of all, I want to show you an old trick from Italy that will surprise you, I suppose. But I want you to try this. Next time you're baking a roast in the oven, put some garlic, where did I put one? Put the whole bud on the tray and bake it for an hour with your meat. The whole works, you see, nothing else. Now, show you what you come up with. About 325 degrees. My garlic has been in the oven for an hour. There we are. And you have baked garlic cloves. Can you imagine such a thing? We're going to turn this into we're going to use this as an hors d'oeuvre or a canapé. I'll show you how it's done. You simply open up the old, open up the old parchment here, and you'll find the cloves ready to go. You take a whole clove. There's one. Ouch. Oh, this is so hot. You really must let this cool a bit before you give it to your guests. Anyhow, what I'm trying to do is to put one of these, ouch, there. Owie, owie, owie. You squeeze the paste, you see, out of the garlic clove. It's been baked down to a paste. It's just very lovely. It's very mild. And then you eat it thusly. It's very good. No, it's not strong at all. and it's terrific. No, that's good. Isn't garlic a great thing? I just love this stuff. So here's our first dish today, baked garlic, 1 hour at 325. And no, I don't mind talking with my mouth full. That's part of the game around here, and that's as it should be. Now, let me make a Russian garlic salad for you. This is so strange. Excuse me. This is so strange. I'm choking to death, not on the garlic, but on the cracker. It wasn't the garlic. This salad came to me from a friend in Tacoma, Washington. He spent some time as a scientist in Russia, and he claims that this is what they had for dinner in the Georgia steppes in Russia. It gets cold there in the wintertime, and this is how you protect yourself. I'm going to blanch. Blanch means to throw it in boiling water for just a second. I'm going to blanch a handful of garlic, the whole clove. You see what I'm doing? The whole clove. We're going to put this in boiling water for just a few minutes, and then we'll take it out and dip it in ice water and chill it. So I'd want to blanch that for about 3 minutes, but I'm not going to take that much time now. I want to show you the salad in any case. All right, we'll pretend that it's 3 minutes. I'm going to dip it into cold water now, just to stop the cooking process. Isn't that clever? Shake it dry, and it goes into my salad bowl, which looks like this. This is a salad bowl. Well, remember, there's nothing else in this salad but what you see. This is the whole works. Now, into that, we're going to put some olive oil. We're going to marinate this beautiful whole cloves of garlic. Can you imagine such a thing for dinner? Olive oil, a bit of wine vinegar, just a smidgen. We do this to taste, of course. And I would like to add some salt and pepper. Just not much salt, and probably a good deal of pepper. And then some oregano. Now, I've never tried this dish. And Bill just described it to me. Dr. Campbell just described it to me. And I think this is pretty close to what they had. The oregano is my addition. Now, your question is, when do you eat this? After about 3 days. That's when you eat it. It takes 3 days for this to marinate in your refrigerator. And at the end of that time, the garlic will be very mild and very tasty. And this is what is served. That is a little more than 2 portions. Can you imagine this? Look at the size of that rascal. And that's what you'd have as a side dish in the steppes in Russia. And it keeps them young. There's an old Russian story, about a man whose son died at 80 years old. And the old man, who was 103, said, I knew he was going to die as a child because he didn't like garlic. That's not even humorous. They believe it, and evidently it works. All right, here's a Russian salad. We'll eat that in 3 days. You'll have to come back. Now we want to go on to reminding you that you can prepare your own garlic vinegar very quickly, for instance. You should think about doing these things. Just find a paring knife first. Here we go. Simply cut up a clove of garlic. Use fresh garlic. Please don't use those instant things. I don't care for them. Put some garlic in your wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, and it's just heaven for a salad. This has a sprig of tarragon in it too, so I'm making my own special vinegar. Now in a few days that'll be ready. Do the same thing with olive oil, and you have a lovely garlic flavor that will really, really excite your salads. And you know, the lettuce deserves a fair shake, doesn't it? And I want to prepare an aioli sauce for you, which is a garlic mayonnaise. A garlic mayonnaise that's great on all kinds of cold meats and cold vegetables. And well, let me show you. It's very simple to do. We have one raw egg. And remember now, eggs need to be at room temperature. They're not going to blend properly. Put 1 raw egg into an osterizer. And I'm going to put in 5 cloves of garlic now. And for this crushing process, which will save my osterizer some time, I'm using a Susie garlic press. Please don't buy a cheap garlic press. It just isn't worth it. The Susie, S-U-S-I, is made in Switzerland. And you see, I can just run 5 cloves through it, lickety-split, without any trouble at all. They're imported by an outfit called Hoan, H-O-A-N. And you're going to spend $10 on one of these. And you're going to scream and holler all the way home that it was too expensive. But you're never going to be angry after you bring it home and play with it, because it's the best one in the market. It's the only one you can keep using over and over again. There, I think that's 5, isn't it? If I didn't put in 5 and you're counting at home, don't call me and tell me, because we'll assume this is 5. Okay, a whole egg at room temperature so that it can blend with the oil. We want an emulsion. You see, that's what a mayonnaise is. There. Now, by the way, I'm going to keep my, thought I had a glass of water. Yes, I'm going to keep my garlic press in a glass of water on the counter so I don't have to stop and keep cleaning it, you see. You understand why? That way it won't dry out. Just keep it in a little bit of water and you're all set. Okay, I have my, my egg and garlic ready to go. I'm going to blend that for just a minute. Okay, and then we're going to add very slowly, and have the thing on about medium speed. We're going to add very slowly 1 entire cup of olive oil. Yes, this is rich. I know that. I know that. But it's terrific. It's just terrific. Here we go. We're making an emulsion. An emulsion means that the oil and the egg, you see how thick it's getting? It's having trouble turning now. That's what we want. Do this slowly. There we go. We have an emulsion. There. Almost. There it is. We have a mayonnaise of garlic. And we're going to add just a shot of lemon juice to this. And then I'll show you what you can serve it on. I think it's marvelous stuff. That's plenty. Oops, I got a couple of seeds in there. Well, that's nothing new in my life, is it? Most of you know that. All right, we'll stir in the lemon juice. See how thick that is? It's just gorgeous. And this will go. What can I do with it? I'll show you what yes, it is garlicky. It's terrifically garlicky. Marvelous. Rich, rich, rich. Look, cold potatoes. This would make a potato salad that will simply knock them dead. Cold new potatoes with garlic on aioli. Aioli, this is the name of this sauce. Aioli. And how about the chicken dish? I've got another one here for you. There we are. Oh, there's cold chicken with aioli on it. We need to garnish this with a bit of parsley, and we'll be all set. Oh, I'm chewing on a garlic clove in my mouth. It's just marvelous. I had a big chunk there from the sauce. You wondered about me today, huh? Well, here it is. We have, these are just going to stack up with garlic, and will all smell wonderful. If you have a lover that doesn't like garlic, cash him or her in. Change lovers. I'm serious. That's no way to make love. If you don't like garlic, you can't have any fun anyhow. I'm convinced. All right, next one that we're going to prepare for you. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. If you look back at the medicine history, the history of medicine in our world, you come to a time in history when garlic was considered to be a very great aphrodisiac and very good for the system. That was in the old days, in ancient Greece and in ancient Rome. Since that time, we have learned that there's a chemical in garlic called kaolic, K-Y-O-L-I-C. Kaolic, I guess is how you pronounce it then, isn't it? In any case, it is a natural blood thinner. And it's great if you have hypertension or heart problems. Garlic is the best thing you can eat.